Hello and welcome back to Rimworld. Alright. So we definitely have our work cut out for us in this episode. Going to try to focus on getting the eating situation somewhat taken care of. And why are you cleaning? Oh, I put you on a 2 for that, didn't I? I'm not sure why I did that. Oh, maybe it was to clean out the bedrooms. Sly, what can you do? Plant cut. That's good. Be able to construct before you plant cut. We are going to probably need some more wood at some point. I also need to go through and check out my zoning. Yeah. The biggest problem with this is, like, having them go out into... like, out here and cleaning dirt off of the dirt seems really useful. But hey, nobody said pawns were terribly smart. Alright, these will expand automatically until I turn that off, so... just clean it up a little bit. Okay. So you're building this. We need these 3 areas, really, are the more important ones. We need to get a roof over this. But if we just get a couple of corner pieces here... let's see. Let's actually have you focus on... oh. You're gonna keep doing that, that's fine. Oh yeah, Salus is the night owl, so it's time for him to go to bed. Right. 10 a.m. I see. This guy looks like he's actually plant cutting. That's good. What I want you to do is focus on this guy. And then we'll see about getting this roofed over. Let's go to, yeah, zone area. Let's just see. Not sure if this is enough. I don't think this is going to be enough. Oh man, you gotta stop failing. Might be able to do like a partial roof though, if he doesn't fail at building this. What we'll do is something like this. There we go. We have a fox. And we do have a few easily killable wild animals. We also have a, what is that, a boomerang? That's kind of dangerous. I don't know if I like that. Especially don't like it that he's hanging out next to my power generators. Okay, so everyone's mood is relatively stable. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is roofed now, right? Yeah, okay, perfect. Would like to be able to keep the animals out of here, too, so they're not, you know, eating my food. And let's take a look at who are... let's see... construction... Mal? I think Mal is mostly focused on grinding the stone down. We have a single... let's take a look at this guy. A single traveler with goods to trade. I mean... well, we do have some silver, right? Did we get all the silver? I don't even... is this where we... I think this is where we landed, right? I think we got everything. For some reason I was thinking, ah, there we go. Yeah, 800 silver. See what he has. Maybe we can get a jump start on a couple of necessities. Okay, so... And there's Sal. It's going to work. It's good. Let's go ahead and suspend this. And before you go to bed, can I get you to... What does this require? 50 wood? We don't have... Just short of 50 wood. Do I have... Yeah, we do have some things here. Set the trap. So Mal, can you... Or Sly, I guess. I know it's your... You're not gonna like me for this, but... You got 2 hours for that. I just need you to cut down one tree. Alright, who is the social individual? Well, certainly not. Oh, that's right. I had 2 guys that are completely incapable of social and 1 guy that kind of sucks at it. Alright, well. Let's see what we get. He doesn't really have a whole lot. He doesn't have anything, really. I mean, I'm not paying 400 bucks for a duster. And all I can do is sell crap to him, so alright, fine. Not a whole lot going on there, sadly. It is 1 guy, though, so it's understandable. Okay, so I think Mal is the crafter, right? So as soon as he wakes up, I'm gonna try to get him to work or focus on the table situation so people will stop complaining about eating on the floor. And if we go to production, and let's just get these set up. So we do have... Before I build anything else, let's just take a look at the... I have no idea why this is roofed. So I want to put some batteries out, but this is wide open. That's no good. Let's take a look at you. Construction. Hopefully he'll grab another level here pretty quick. I think that my construction is pretty low across the board, which is unfortunate. I was trying to get somebody who's at least decent at it, but everyone's at a 4, so I mean that's functional. So I think we'll be alright. Alright, see you later, Ben. Thanks for stopping by, I guess. Maybe you can bring some friends and some more junk with you next time. Be super helpful. So what do we have for chopping? Got these guys. We're still at about 21 survival meals, so we're not critical just yet. I'm gonna put my freezer here. Oh hey, here we go. Sal thinks you should give your faction a name. What should your faction be called? I have no idea. Pineview is definitely not going to be it, though. What a terrible name. Since it looks like you'll be here for a while, Salus also thinks that you should give this community a name. What should this local community be called? Affections Mountain. Yeah, that's a little weird. I don't think so. I mean, why not? The community will be called... there we go. For those of you that don't know, it's a nod to a 60s British spy TV show. I believe this episode was called Murderville, which, you know, is probably going to be appropriate here pretty quick. Alright. Oh, look at that. You went right to the exact place I wanted you to be. Except I was kind of hoping Mal would do that. Because your crafting... Well, your crafting's not bad, actually. I'm alright with that. a sec. Mining is 3 and crafting is 2. So why are you mining, Mel? I mean, it's okay because you have a little bit of a passion for it, but I'd much rather you craft this stuff because this thing's going to be, yeah, poor quality. Does it still have... I think another change that was made was that furniture has much less beauty innately. So I think in the last game I had a masterwork chair that was called like the Flying Eagle or something silly. I think you name a chair the Flying Eagle, I don't know. But I guess it was, you know, so beautiful and it had a really high beauty rating. So it was really nice, but... What on earth are you doing? Could you stop digging? No, you're just always gonna do that. Like, I want you to craft, man. I know. So the problem is that we don't have enough plant cutting, and plant cutting... You're on plant cutting. But mining is higher. Alright, let's go ahead and boost that up then. That should fix that, maybe. And... Okay, so we're very close here. I have one entrance into here. I think it's probably better to, if you're for your freezer, to only have one entrance, so that people don't use it as like a throughway. Because you want to keep this closed as much as possible. All right, so we'll go ahead and I'm gonna. Alright, now we just need a table, right? Can I get you to... No, I suppose I can't, can I? Alright, unsuspend. Look at that. Alright, so I think all the stuff that can... Oh, shoot, it's not roofed yet. Go ahead and I think we have enough here that we can roof all of it. And we could probably roof all of this too. So I think these will deteriorate outdoors, or will they not? Oh, maybe they won't. That's fine. There we go. And it's raining. That was... Uh-oh. We have our first emergency. What is it? It's a squirrel. Of course it is. Squirrels are terrifying. Where is this in relation to me? Okay. Alright. Who... You have... No, definitely not you. You've got a pistol. And of course the guy with the best skills here is sleeping. Alright. Oh, there he is. How about you go here? Nope, he's going around this way. How about there? I like how it's mad and it's like running away. There we go, look at that. You know what we need? We need a butcher's table. So this was something I was thinking about. And I think I'm going to put the butcher's table in here. So the reason why I have this cordoned off here, this area is kind of small. I might have to make this a little bit bigger at some point. But the kitchen area is going to be pretty dirty. Especially if I put a butcher table in here. And it just makes it so that this doesn't get that negative effect from the dirtiness that's going to be in here. And I think that it's going to be okay. The other thing that you need to be careful of is wherever your kitchen is, you need to keep it relatively clean so that you don't get food poisoning constantly, even though I still managed to get it, even though I have endeavored to keep everything squeaky clean. But it reduces the chance, at least. And of course the cooking skill. And we do actually have a good cook, I think, with Sly. So I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. But considering that, let's go ahead and set this up. What I wanted to do was have an electric stove. And I think I'm going to, because we still have 17 meals. Let's see how we can orient things in here. So we can fit two things here and 2 things here. That's going to be really cramped, actually, so I might just do one side, and maybe it'll be this side. I don't have a large enough colony where I need two people cooking. This is already covered, right? So let's go ahead and build that there. Yeah, I know. And a butcher table we'll put here. That seems backwards, actually. Sorry. Let's go to production. We want the butcher table closer to the freezer. And the stove over here, I think. That should minimize the amount of, like, carcasses that we're carting around and walking back and forth in front of the stove. Alright, I think you guys are good, right? Yeah. And he's going to start cutting some stone, because we're going to have to get everything situated here pretty quickly. And we don't have a structure. These are going to be outdoors for now. So we'll put doors here. Eventually I'm going to close this off, I think, but it's not super high priority for me. And at that point, I might remove some doors just so people aren't slowed down so much. Eventually, I want to get power doors, but that's... oh man, they're expensive. Alright. Carry on, lads. Eating at a table, look at that. Man, Sly, you're killing me. Where's this crafting? You need more important things to do. Let's put crafting at a 4 here. Yeah, because he's the cook and he doesn't really have a whole lot going on there. I mean, it's okay that he's crafting. But yeah, everything's just going to be terrible and awful and disgusting and vile and revolting. Low food. Yep, I sure do know that. Pretty quick though, that'll change. Alright, Mal, can I get you to do something here for me really quickly? Just build whatever you can and then relax socially. You're actually in pretty high spirits right now anyways, so not too worried about it. And then let's go to zone. That should be good. Did you fail? Yep, you sure did. Good job, buddy. Good job. Okay, that's covered now. So that's really the most important part, because the next thing we need to do is actually make use of... I think we'll go with 1 battery for now. And a power conduit. From the battery to here, I guess. Oh, yeah, and I probably need to connect this. Yeah, there we go. Alright, there we go. This will just cancel for now. We don't need it just yet. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Okay, so then the next thing we'll do, we'll queue this up because this should hopefully get knocked out pretty quickly. And we're going to want a cooler in here. Probably eventually we're going to need 2 coolers. So I'm not too worried about doing this right now, because I imagine we'll put another one here. But, you know, right now, obviously in September, or aka the spring, temperatures are pretty mild, so we don't have to worry too much about it. Alright, things are starting to come together a little bit. We still have a ways to go, but I'm feeling a little bit better about the situation. Spoils in 1 day. If we can get this butcher table set up, that would be handy dandy. Sal, you gotta stop failing construction. At least he built the battery successfully. Oh, and we're good. We're acquiring power. Okay, good. Before anybody does anything, let me just... how do we want to do this? Do we want to take it for the battery? Yeah. I vaguely remember how this works. I think if we pull it from here, that should be good enough. Probably also going to need it down here a little bit. Just try that. He's probably going to be removing... Yeah. See, I wasn't thinking about that. If you plan it out properly, you can leave gaps for where you're eventually going to put your cooler, but... Oh, well. Okay. This is almost completely enclosed, which will be fantastic because we can keep these, you know, rabbits and foxes out of here. We've got an electric stove, but we need a butcher table. Once we have this base area set up, I think I'm gonna pause this and have him focus on some other things. That's our power going here. Yeah. 50% efficiency. I don't know about that. Is that because it's outside? Is there a way to like find out? I think that might be why, but I honestly am not 100% certain on that. Look at that. How much? 28? Is that enough to finish this? 5 marble blocks? Well, it sure is. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this again. And we'll just let that go for the time being. And then these guys will focus on other things. We need wood for these doors. And we also... Oh, we don't have anything set to chop. They already chopped everything. Oh, good job, guys. Very efficient. I like that. I can appreciate that. What are we doing on crops? We had one guy that was working on it. Sal? An escape pod. Oh, shoot. I forgot about this. There's one thing that we really need to do. Probably sooner rather than later. We need an area for prisoners, and we need an area for a hospital bed. How do we want to do this? What I might... Alright, well, let's take a look at this escape pod. You've detected an escape pod crashing hard nearby. If anyone survived the impact, they'll be badly wounded. You can rescue them and send them on their way, or capture them for recruitment or slavery purposes. Oh man, this guy is completely in the buff. Let's take a look. He's a raider, too. Wow, that's no good. He's 82 years old. Good lord. Trigger happy. At first I was like, oh man, 13 with a passion, a burning passion. And then I see trigger happy, which makes that almost completely useless. Not to mention he's 82, and I imagine he's probably going to die soon of old age. I know this is going to seem cruel and harsh, but I mean, I can't really use him anyways. He's a good miner. Oh my... Alright, well... Yeah. I mean, I knew it was gonna happen, but still. Okay, so the next thing we need to do here is, let's go ahead and harvest this. These aren't really going to grow because they're indoors now. I'm pretty sure we have the requisite steel, do we not? Or do we not? It doesn't look like we do. Alright, we're going to have to... Let's see, we're going to have to set some people to mining here. It might be Mal. Alright, I think we have a decent amount of wood here. But we need steel, and we need it soon. Like, very soon. And it's really a shame that we don't have large quantity. Oh, we do, right here. Alright then. Let's get started, shall we? Yes, alright. So, are we going to be able to get this before it spoils? I think we are. Let's go ahead and butcher creature do forever, as long as they're... take best... We don't want to butcher human corpses. We also don't want to butcher insect corpses. Because people don't really like eating insects for some reason. Okay, and I'm going to do this too. Just on the off chance that Joy passes away. Because, you know, I was horrified the first time this happened, but, you know, if for some reason your animal gets murdered by a bear or something of that ilk, it'll get butchered and your colonists will just eat it, and apparently they won't even care, which is really disturbing. You know, I don't know. I might be a little bit too sentimental, but I like to, you know, bury my pets when they die. You know, give them a proper send-off. Not eat them. Jeez. Alright, Sal's back to planting, so that's good. Butcher table. I don't remember what... Oh, this is still outdoors. Shoot. Alright. It's because nobody finished the door. Just leave a job half finished and then go to bed. It's ridiculous. Summer is in place here. Okay, so what we're gonna need to do now is start considering a setup for heating and cooling, because we're going to need to keep people cooled off. We're also going to need, especially if there's a heat wave, like that would really not be fun. So what I'm probably going to do is put some vents in here and then set up in the kind of a central location, heating and cooling. Really going to need this steel though at some point, and I think Mal's the guy to do it, even though his skill is terrible. Hopefully though, with the somewhat passionate, or the fact that he's somewhat passionate about it, might help us out a little bit here, but who knows. The next thing that I want to do is close this off and get a research bench going so that we can actually start figuring out. Let's take a look at actual research. Yes, thank you. Wow, this looks a little bit different. It's still kind of a mess, but, you know, it's getting there, I guess. Because things that we need smithing eventually. Refining, yeah. Fuel. Oh, wait, that's a new item. Hydroponics will be nice, but we don't need it just yet. Hopefully these we'll get enough of this to last us through the winter. Okay. Do we not have enough wood for this? We should. Yeah, we sure do. Alright, so let's go ahead and... a couple of things that we want to do here, and we'll do them really quickly before we end this episode. I think this should be fine. Yeah, this will be fine. What I want to do is I want to get wood flooring in here. Not because it's wood, but because I want to make sure that we can keep this clean so that it's, you know, just putting food on the dirt has a tendency to make it so that your likelihood for being food poisoning goes up. And we want to kind of get the dirt out of here too, because these are not very pretty areas, generally speaking. Well, they're not terrible, but they're not as good as they could be. So we want to do that. We're gonna need a door there. Forgot about that. Yeah, I think it's, here we go. Which means we're gonna need a lot more wood. So I'll just queue up a few more of these, just in case. And what was I doing here? Oh yeah, let's go ahead and move the zone for food into here. There we go. Okay, so we don't want any rotten food. We do want pretty much everything else. We don't want any of this nonsense. We will take animal corpses. Definitely not human-like corpses. It's weird. We're gonna need to build a gravesite at some point too. But we'll do animal corpses, but not insect corpses. I think that should cover all of our bases. And then we'll make this the important storage for that. And then they'll move, I guess they'll move these in there, but that's fine because we're almost out of them anyways. And then, let's see, I think this is powered, so we're gonna need to start making some meals here. Just some simple ones to start off with. Do until you have, we'll just say 30. And then I think there's a new feature in here. Pause when satisfied. Unpause at 25. This is super awesome because basically what happens previously is you'd get, you know, you'd say, hey, make sure we have at least 30 meals. And then you'd have, they would make it up to 30 meals, and then someone would eat a meal, and then they'd immediately stop what they're doing and go and craft another meal, or, you know, bake another meal or whatever. And then, you know, they'd constantly get interrupted because, you know, people are eating fairly, especially if you have a lot of colonists, they're, you know, eating at different intervals. And your cook basically never does anything but runs back and forth from the kitchen trying to make sure that you don't have 29 meals and crafting up to 30. So this will be good because we'll get up to 30 and then he'll have some breathing room before he needs to go back and pound some of that out. So that's a really cool change, I think. But yeah, so things are coming along. It did take a while to rough in this area with I think marble, but it looks fantastic. And you know, it'll be resilient to fire, which is kind of the bigger advantage of it. And of course raiders, which I'm sure we're going to get invaded at some point pretty quick. So so this episode, I think we got a decent amount done, and especially the power setup is good. We're going to have to enclose this as well and probably put a couple more batteries in there. But for now, that's not too bad because I don't think we're using nearly enough to put a dent in this one battery. So next episode, what I want to do is, I was looking at this too, I wanted to expand this out a little bit, maybe make use of all of the area here that I can, and figure out how much more of this I want to actually plant, and then start building a perimeter around it so that we can continue to enclose this area off and protect it. I want to make sure that my growing area is protected so that, you know, raiders, when they invade, don't immediately run over and start setting things on fire. But anyways, that's it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching, and join me next time as we continue our struggle to survive.